So we bought this busted up old camper about a year ago and lived in it for three months last fall. While you were guiding elk hunts.
Yep.
With 2 dogs, our baby, and both of us. And it was a lot of fun. And so, due to a bunch of circumstances that have happened over the last year, we have decided to get this thing fixed up so that we can move back into it.
Yeah, I mean, the way it sits right now, it is essentially a shell with a couple lights and a wall-mounted heater.
Yeah, and it's a camper from like almost 30 years ago,
Yeah.
over 20 years ago, old. So it looks that way on the inside and the outside, but
It might seem kind of crazy because it doesn't work very well, but for our family and what we do, and when people start to see how happy the baby is, when she's honestly kind of mobile and out in nature and in wild places, it makes more sense than most people might think it would.
Yeah, we've got about 30 days, less than 30 days to get this thing fixed up, move out of our house, and figure out what to do with all of our stuff, figure out what we need to basically boondock camp with this camper, live basically off-grid for 3 months in the mountains in this camper with our 2 dogs, our baby, and the both of us.
Yeah, and the premise of that is not necessarily to disappear to the mountains. It's just to go create some space so we can build a business and build a lifestyle that we actually want. And right now, with giant rents and low paying jobs and all that type of stuff, this kind of felt like the best option and the easiest way to actually get a business off the ground when you're not worried about just keeping your own head above water.
Yeah, so we are going to be taking you all along with us on this journey of 1, renovating this camper, 2, building our businesses, 3, just the chaos and the excitement and the fun and the struggles and the wins and the losses of everything that has to do with getting this camper ready, moving it to the mountains, living in the mountains off-grid, hunting, building the businesses, pursuing the Lord through all of it, and really just focusing on our life, our marriage, our future, and really cutting out the noise of the people around us and really everybody besides God's voice. So
that's kind of how we got here in the first place. So might as well just keep the ball rolling.
So that's what we're doing. And we are going to give you a little bit of a tour just to start this off of the camper, to show you what we're working with. And then we'll tell you guys a little bit about the businesses that we're building currently. We've been working on them now for the last month or 2 in preparation to do this. But we're really excited to share all of this with you guys. We're also extremely anxious and nervous.
But
there has been so many signs showing us that this is the path for us. And we'll get into some of those dreams, some of those conversations, some of those things that have led us to this point. But really what it's boiled down to is we weren't okay with me having to put the baby in daycare and getting a job. We weren't able to survive off of a blue collar income in this
just modern
day and age
economy.
We couldn't figure out how to actually be able to enjoy our life and not just stay inside of our house and never leave. Like, we wanted to be able to explore. We wanted to be able to travel. We wanted to be able to hunt. We wanted to be able to give our daughter a really amazing life. And also, we have dreams too. We've had dreams since we first met that we've been talking about and saying one day, and it's well,
I'm almost
when
30.
is that when is that going to actually happen? So we are taking things into our own hands, and we are not taking the normal route. We are doing something a little bit crazy, But like I said,
It's not that crazy.
No, it's not.
It's like you telling me I can go hunt, fish, build my business, and hang out with my girls and train in the mountains. Yeah, I don't think that's actually crazy.
Well, and the other thing is like hopefully what our story does is inspires people to know that like this is possible, because for the last 5 or 6 years we've not felt like it was possible.
Rode the struggle bus.
But we're done with that. Like, we've seen other people do it and there's no reason why we can't. And we hope that that trickles off to some of you as well, and it inspires you to like go after your dreams. Don't just watch them idly fly by without doing anything about it. So with that being said, should we move into
go look at the hunk of crap?
The hunk of crap.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Deal.
Here we go.
So, main living area. Gosh, where do I even start with this thing? So, obviously this wall is torn out at the moment. We had pretty severe water damage just in this section of the wall. Don't really know where it came from. It happened, my brother used to own this. It happened a couple years ago and we haven't had much come in since, but I decided to go ahead and replace that section of wall, and we're going to seal that window. So that's that. And then, gosh, so currently fridge and freezer does not work. After going through a bunch of the electrical stuff, outlet has power to it. So I'm assuming it just needs a new fridge and freezer. Luckily the stove and oven still works. Down in that compartment down there is the furnace and the hot water heater. About a month ago, I went to go put water to this thing, and we didn't winterize it properly, so the hot water heater literally blew up. So we're gonna have to replace that, and on top of that, the furnace also doesn't work, so that is gonna have to be replaced. Gosh, what else in here? I think that's about it. In here, those lights work, and the outlets work. That's pretty much the extent of it. Yeah,
the AC and the furnace.
Yeah, the AC and the furnace both don't work. So, but luckily there's not much more structural in here. It's just patching that wall back together, getting that in, and then probably replacing fridge and freezer, putting a new switch in the furnace and new hot water heater. That should kind of button this up. And the AC too. I can't figure out the AC. I've got power coming into it. I've got power going out of it. But when I go to the switch, nothing happens. So if anybody knows anything about that, maybe let me know. It's going to be kind of dark in here, but gosh, I don't even know if the camera will pick things up in here, but we'll try. It's super dark in here because for whatever reason, the battery won't take any charge off the main plug that comes off the camper, and the battery is dead, so none of my lights in here currently work. But I just finished patching in this floor today, so luckily that's done. I have to patch in the floor in the bathroom, and that'll be done. I don't know if you can see this, but yeah, that's fun. So we'll cut this whole thing out, patch it in, and figure out why the heck it leaked. It hasn't leaked in, gosh, 1.5 years or so now. So whatever I did last year to stop the leak seemed to help, but that's going to be a big one. Gosh, what else in here needs to be done? Nothing.
Oh, we've got to paint this shower and reseal the shower in.
Oh yeah,
it's really yellow if you can kind of see. So I'm just gonna. I got some tub and tile paint, which I'll get into that when we talk about.
Yeah, but basically the seal popped, and the condensation from when you take a shower, the water kind of just runs back here and then out onto the floor. So I'm hoping, but it's weird though because it doesn't appear to be any water damage in the wall itself. So hopefully if we just seal that back in, it'll keep the water from running out from underneath. I think that's pretty much it for functionality. Trailer brakes currently don't work. Battery won't hold a charge for more than like 10 minutes. Power is still a little iffy. Like I have power to all the outlets and everything that needs to be getting power. But most of it still doesn't work, so I don't know. Either I'm just in a weird spot where the AC, the furnace, and the fridge are all just shot and need to be replaced, or I've got a major power issue somewhere. It's hard to tell, being that the main battery in it won't take any sort of charge. So yeah, that's kind of the structural, that's the big stuff. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything.
There's a crack in one of the pipes.
Yep.
So you have to replace
I'll have to
a
replace
section of the plumbing.
the main pipe that goes into the gray tank. That'll have to be done. And you know, that battery thing, like, it makes it so the slides don't work. It makes it so the electric jack doesn't work. So the way I've been doing it is, so I can have direct power to the battery, I just turn my pickup around and put jumper cables on it and put juice straight to the battery so that I can pop the slides out and run the jacks and all that type of stuff. But yeah, I think functionality wise, that's about it.
So I've had over a year to think about what I want to do in here, as far as like the layout of our furniture, keeping in mind we have a baby that needs a space and 2 dogs and the 2 of us, and there's not like a bunk or an extra bedroom or anything like that, so we have to be a little bit creative. And then I did actually order like everything to kind of do the interior decorations in here actually last year. So I got new light fixtures, I got new faucets, I got like curtains, I got wallpaper, I got just all sorts of stuff to kind of, we redid these floors. They were just like that cheap linoleum that most campers, older campers, have anyways. So we are going to be fixing up this wall, and then I'm going to be coming in here with some primer and paint. I'm going to basically paint every surface, the ceiling, the cabinets, the walls. I am going to use some wallpaper to create some accent walls. New, like I said, new light fixtures, new hardware on the cabinets, and we took out the shower door. So I am going to put up a corner shower curtain. I just like that way better than shower doors, so that'll be nice. And then just, yeah, hanging up curtains, decorating. I found some pull-out couches that turn into like a queen-size bed that we're gonna put here. And I think we're actually going to turn that back area into our daughter's room, so that we can like hang out after she goes to bed, because she usually falls asleep a lot earlier than we do. And honestly, if you're an entrepreneur or you work from home and you have kids, you know that sometimes your most productive time to work is after they go to bed. So we're going to need this area to get business done, and so we're going to put that pull-out couch at the bed here that Travis and I will sleep on. I've got some other like accent chairs, and we're going to get TV trays. So I'm actually going to forgo a table indoors for now. Where we're camping, we might have a little like food tent set up where we cook and set up a table in there. But I really just want the extra space in here for, you know, having a couple chairs, some dog beds, some places for Renly to kind of play on the floor, and that big couch. So that's kind of what we're doing as far as furniture goes. Like I said, we've got new faucets we're going to implement. We'll paint all the cabinets, and yeah, that's kind of my plan. It's kind of my plan for the inside. So I'm excited to kind of show you guys the before and afters once we get it all buttoned up, but it's going to be a process. So anyways, that's a look at what we're dealing with. Obviously very real, very raw, very not pretty, very unfiltered. And that's kind of what we're hoping to bring to this channel, is just relatability, realness, rawness. Like, we want to show you guys what we're actually going through. And we know it's hard out there for people right now. It's been hard for us, and we just want to show other people.
My video.
It's okay, that's real and raw.
Okay.
We just want to show other people what's possible.
It's a train wreck, but it's not insurmountable. It's got 4 walls and a floor and a ceiling, and
The way I look at it is like, no matter what, it's better than what the settlers had to deal with when they came over here in a chuck wagon.
Have a horse-drawn
So if they
carriage.
can do it, we can do this.
I've got a 1-ton diesel pickup. Yeah, it's kind of what we always did anyway. Like, how many times we spent an entire hunting season in the mountains, in a tent with nothing.
Yeah.
Like, we couldn't afford to do these things anyway, we just did them. But now we have like a full camper and like heat and ways to cook and running water. Yeah. I mean,
A toilet to sit on.
And even being in different hunting camps, I mean, I've had less than this before guiding.
Yeah.
So, and everyone's like, oh, you're crazy with the baby. No, she loves it more than we do. Like, you bring her home, bring her back to the house, and she's just like, this sucks. I don't want to be here. Take her to the mountains, and she's happy as could be. So,
Yeah.
anyway.
So anyways, hit subscribe or follow along if you want to see what happens over the next 90 days.
It's going to be more than just this, too. Like, once we get to where we're going, there's going to be hunting content. There's going to be training. There's going to be
fitness, health.
Lots of cool stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, follow along and hopefully this
If anybody
inspires
has
you.
any tips or pointers on how to fix this stupid thing,
please send them our way.
let us know.
Or if you have like
if you're in Billings,
the
I'll-
burning
yeah.
itch to like come help us, like
I'll buy you lunch. I'll buy you some energy drinks. Yeah, some Zins. We'll call it
we
good.
will, we'll make it worth your time somehow.
Maybe.
Probably not financially, but okay, thanks guys.